This time on Winter's Terrible Fate.
Okay, if that's the case, I pull a tooth out from under my mattress.
How's this one gonna help us do anything? Really? Why's that?
The bombs.
The bombs?
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the fountain, and I'm gonna take a finger. Well, they have to learn. If you can't protect yourself, then what's the point of being here?
No,
I promise I won't touch the crayons. I just want to go inside. Jeffrey, let me in. Jeffrey!
I don't like the tone.
You're able to keister this piece of paper safely.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot my mic was.
I got a lot from that. The thing that upsets me most is you call me stupid.
My mentality is perfectly fine as it is right now. Just because I know what has happened and what has not happened. Nope, wait a minute. I don't know what has not happened, but I do know what has happened. Wait.
Yes, you do come to later in your room. You're not sure how much time has passed or exactly what happened. You're fully dried off in your room whenever someone comes knocking on your door, and it is a tan-skinned halfling. You know Nib, because she's been here for a very long time as well. She comes to you in her normal state with her messy hair, her slightly orange jumpsuit, and her dark green safety blanket wrapped around her. She does not talk to you the same exact way that she has never talked to you or anyone that you can recall. She's here because she's a selective mute, and she begins to sign to you that it's communal activity time.
All right, so what's his face is probably waiting in the yard. You know, I probably should learn his name, but I don't think I'm his top, and it's just not worth the time to learn people when I don't even want to be here anymore.
She signs back to like you never remember anyone's name.
I remember yours, Niblet.
So close. Just signs back one of these days, and you're not sure if it's threatening or not.
I just shoot her back like a heart.
Now, Nib, you do remember some of her backstory. She was a prodigy for her age, at a very young age, for being a divination wizard. And you can see the scarring that high-powered magic puts on a mortal form, as there are these almost like lightning-style cracklings under her eye. To the untrained eye, this would just seem like normal magical scarring from casting high-level magic. But to you, a very long-lived elf, you recognize immediately that those are healed over magical scars that signify her specifically to the class of divination. You've seen her in the past try to cast down different charms and things like that in an attempt to tell the future by using things like dice or teeth, or even like little bobbins that come at the end of a spool of thread.
Okay, if that's the case, I pull a tooth out from under my mattress. I stole this from Jessica last night.
She signs back, I'm pretty sure that was Gus's.
It's a tooth.
All right, she takes that from you as well to hide within the pouches that she has underneath her safety blanket, the little pockets that she's folded into it. So the two of you make your way into the common grounds for non-artisan leisure, and you see Jack and Puzzle are off on the far side of the yard, and they are talking to a very large shark man. You know to be a Jaja.
Niblet, look! It's one of them shark people.
She signs Dodgin.
Yeah. I skip over to the table and I look at the Chajin and I say, you remind me of this lizard, but with fur.
In the middle of the table.
Exactly. I'm always standing in the middle of it. I'm sitting in the middle of the table always. I can't hear, so I have selective hearing. But you remind me of this giant lizard. You're almost the same color, but like he was more blue and you're like ice cream and he was cool and you're here. I'm Freya.
I don't think I ever been compared to a lizard before. It's a little bit of a stretch, but all right then. I'm Bastion. I'm here against my will.
Well, if you had a will, you wouldn't be here. And because there would be a way. You know, a will, a way. But we're here. And we're lost.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna die in this courtyard.
Really? Why's that?
The bombs.
The bombs?
The bombs.
You put bombs here?
No. You see, no. The bombs are hidden in the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's been like this, but nobody ever believes me. But there are bombs in the mountain. I know this because I've seen it. I remember the bombs in the mountain. And this place goes boom.
The whole mountain.
The whole mountain.
How's this one gonna help us do anything?
Well, Freya, if it ain't a magnificent day every day I get to lay eyes on you, how are you doing today, ma'am?
Well, there was hot and then there was ice and I wasn't awake. And that weird guy, Kirby or whatever, he put something in me and I was strapped down, which you know I don't like it. I don't like to be strapped down. But look, Johnson, I just think that maybe they did something.
Well, Miss Freya, I do say they do something every day. They got a strict regiment among people that they have to fulfill, and that's why we're trying to leave. We are trying to figure out a way of getting out of here.
Yeah, you said that like 2 weeks ago. Why haven't we left yet?
Well, we are doing today the same thing we do every day, which is attempt to escape.
We just needed some kind of weird shark reptile thing.
Well, if you look at our group here, you have two rather gentlemanly fellows, a rather voluptuous woman such as yourself, and Niblet. And between the four of us, even if we do have our expanded crew, we are vastly lacking in muscle. That's what this man right here will provide for us.
But he's furry, like a bear, like a teddy bear.
Have you ever met a bear in person, Freya?
No.
She was on the right track for about 2 seconds.
You were very close. Bears are ferocious predators of the forest. They are not to be reckoned with lightly.
I have never seen a bear. I don't.
Do you know what a bear looks like? Describe for me right now what you think a bear is.
Like a big mole rat.
So close but so far away. Much like the look in your eyes. So, Miss Sebastian, this is our acquaintance here. Her name is Freya Galanadel, and she's one of the nicest people you will ever meet here. Do not get too close. She does bite, and she will take an entire finger with her if she will. And then we have Niblet here. She is our mute fortune teller. Occasionally, she does partake herself in giving us a bit of divination into the future whenever she's able to do so. Now, one of the big issues that we are having right now is that we don't actually know why Mr. Bastion is here with us. Wondering if there was any way that we could fix that.
I'd love to know myself.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the fountain. And I'm gonna take a finger. Because Niblet needs a finger. And then while this is going on, they can sneak out into the offices and pull his file.
Right.
While I take fingers.
All right, so
I need to recreate the necklace I once owned.
Right. The finger necklace.
The finger necklace.
The other four of you are over here at this table. And Jack says, man, you gotta love her tenacity whenever it comes to situations like this. She may be a bit misguided, but she's got the right energy. I feel like once we get her out of here, she's gonna be a lot more helpful, though.
I think she intends to make a distraction.
She intends to cause physical harm, and that is her mentality 100% of the time. Now, when I tell you to keep your fingers away from her mouth, I mean it.
Where do we go from here, Jack? What's the plan?
She had a moment of an idea in there, and that was to find your paperwork. However, I do believe that she's probably gonna end up hurting herself more than she's gonna end up hurting that other fellow she got over there by the hand because of the way these jumpsuits are created. However, one of the big things that we could do is try and see what sort of testing you do go under and attempt to get you yourself to find the paperwork. I don't know how much of a stealthy fellow you are or how sneaky you can be, but it may come the time in which you are freely in a seat in front of some paperwork that you can just snatch for a second and see why you're here.
I can do that.
That sounds fantastic. Now, this is a portion of a plan, if I'm being 100% honest here with you, Bastion. The thing is that we do actually have a fellow on the, well, I can't really say on the inside because we're the ones who are on the inside. He's a bit in between right now. He hasn't been around for the past couple of days. Apparently he had to have some dental work done, but a man by the name of Gus, he does work here. He's been on leave for like an injury or something. I'm not really sure. It happened on the women's ward. And he's due to return any day now, especially since you knocked the soul out that man earlier today. And he will most likely be arriving either later today or tomorrow morning, in which case we'll be able to communicate with him and see if he can get the paperwork for us before anything else.
All you needed me here for was to tell me that I need to be the one to swipe my own paper.
If the time does arrive, we need you to do such.
Yeah, my sneakiness is more of a sleight of hand type deal. I'm a big man. I don't hide very well.
Sleight of hand. Now I don't have anything that you could possibly replace the paperwork with because they don't really give fellows like myself much the activity books or anything like that around here. I know the other members of this courtyard here do have a couple of little coloring pages and things like that. Sudoku, I believe is what it's called sometimes. I don't know, maybe there's a chance you could convince one of them to hand over some of the pages and you could do your little sleight of hand trick next time you're in front of your own paperwork and do a bit of a switcheroo.
Are there like regular pens or pencils or something out here, not just crayons?
It would exclusively be crayons.
Oh, no. I got an idea. It's not a good one, but I got an idea.
Freya returns.
So, hey guys, I didn't get the finger. And I've also realized there are no bombs in this mountain. I think I time traveled again.
Again?
Yeah, sometimes I get all wibbly wobbly, and so I have memories that aren't real, but they are real because
Jack,
they happened.
I think this one's supposed to be here, Jack. I don't think we're supposed to be letting this one out.
There's a high likelihood that you are correct, but she does hold the enthusiasm and capabilities of a person that we need around.
I can't argue
So
with that.
you got myself, and I'm sort of, it's rather obvious. I'm the brains of the organization, me and my friend Puzzle here. And then you got Nib as our fortune teller. We got a doctor. We got a working man. We got a couple of different people that we can call upon. And she is our enthusiasm. Number one thing that you need in the group is somebody to help keep you all excited about what you got going on. And there's nothing to get people moving like the threat of losing a finger.
Believe me,
We used to have more people here, but she did rip some poor SOB's ear right off his head.
Well, they have to learn. If you can't protect yourself, then what's the point of being here?
How could I get a hold of some ink, something to write with?
Oh, that's so easy. Just like prick your finger. Just do.
I'm sure they write in black more than they do red, so I think I need something to match the color.
Okay. I can do this. I know a guy.
See, my idea was to take some of these black crayons and melt them down and use something sharp and pointy to dip into the wax and use that to write with. But
No.
I think that'd be a little bit obvious that it's not regular ink.
I know what to do. I know a guy who knows this guy's cousin who can get me into the artisan corner.
Yeah, I'm listening. You keep talking. And I stand up and I just walk over there.
I jump on his back. Let's go.
Nope, we ain't doing that.
I don't let go. I rip out hair trying to stay on.
Oh, no. So the both of you do end up rather injured by such physical interaction. Both of you take I'm going to roll a d6. Both of you are going to end up taking 3 points of slashing damage.
Oh no.
As the warning that you were given is proven true. A lot of physical activity in this clothing will injure you. You end up in front of the door leading out. There are 2 workers on the inside and 1 worker on the outside. They don't seem to be ready to let you.
Why not?
They're mostly there to make sure nobody just makes a run for it.
Okay. I'm just trying to get inside. Find some writing utensils.
All right. Well, the thing is that if I give both of you a writing utensil, you'll use it for writing. She'll use it to deglove a man, and I can't have that on my conscience.
Okay.
Jeffrey, Johnfrey, I'll just watch. I promise.
Don't.
I promise I won't touch the crayons. I just want to go inside. Jeffrey, let me in. Jeffrey!
I don't like the tone.
Jeffrey, I'll just watch.
What if I watch it?
I promise.
What if I have a patient watch another patient?
Dave, I
know
you
you're
around here all the time.
I know you're new here.
He could take me. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna need you guys to roll to make a persuasion check. Both of you together. It will technically be with disadvantage.
I got 18.
17.
He sits there and he's like, well, I can't have the 2 of you watch each other. But there's good. I'll go along with you, I guess. Going to the artisan section isn't that bad, I suppose.
I immediately deglove him, but not for real. It's just in my brain.
This is a good mental degloving.
I'm trying to work out the process of how it would work with a crayon.
Degloving with a crayon. All right, so you enter into the artisan section here, where it seems that a couple of different patients are being kept busy by doing sort of physical activities, obviously like sewing or painting or the likes of that. Here, you would be able to find a pencil if you need one.
All right, now, Freya, what kind of a skill set you working with here? You wouldn't happen to know what one of these files on somebody would look like, would you?
Oh yeah, they're very official. So it's got your photo and your name and your ID number, and of course it tells you like your level of lethality, which is judged by the color you wear, which is why I'm pretty in pink and you're this. And then it's got like a bunch of different words on it, like a diagnosis and like.
Do I believe anything she just said?
There were truths in there. The things she said were definitely words.
I'm doing my best. I've been here 15 years. And I'm trying to figure out what I can do in this place, but I can't figure out what I'm good at anymore.
Make a history check.
Gee.
The dirty 20. All right, so you do actually remember what this paperwork looks like. You've seen your own paperwork enough times that you can pretty easily dictate someone's way to making a forgery.
All right.
Can I draw the picture?
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
I take 2 pieces of paper, one that I let her just futz with, and one that I use to actually have.
All right, I'm going to need you to sleight of hand check, but instead of using your dexterity modifier, you would use your charisma modifier. If you have proficiency or anything like that in sleight of hand, you keep that, but you're rolling with charisma instead of a dexterity.
Does having a proficiency on forgery kits help me in any way?
Yes, that would give you proficiency.
So mine would just be a 19.
Yes.
So instead of just straight up trying to copy it right here, I want to be able to look at one so I can get it nearly perfect and then try to copy it. But right now it's just more of like a blueprint of what it should look like. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Natural 1.
Dang. So, despite the fact that you gave her a piece of paper to just futz while you do the actual work, you end up looking at this and you realize that there's no way that at any point you could look back at this and remember what you were doing. You get through the final stage of the paper and you look back at the first stage of the paper and you're like, what did I mean by that? And then you look at Freya's and it is just this immaculate, like, photocopy rendered version of the documentation.
Wow, you're really bad at this. I told you exactly what it was supposed to look like, and you still didn't do it. Why are you gonna escape with us again? Well, hold on. They did say muscle, so no brain.
I'm smarter than the average shark.
All right, so you have a piece of paperwork that could pass as a forgery. However, in the sex column, it says, you know he's a shark. So you do end up with this paperwork. I need to make a roll for the worker who accompanied you to see if he is able to glean any sort of intelligence from what you've done. However, he does get a 19.
You got a 20, right?
She also got a 19. He does meander over, take a quick look, and then goes back to doing what he was. There is a chance that this will have an effect in the future.
Okay.
Jomfrey,
I've obviously been here 15 years, right? Me and Jomfrey are like close knit. I haven't done anything to harm him yet. I want to see if I can like recreate like a note that gets him out of work one day.
He's looking over your shoulder, seeing that you're doing something nefarious. He has flashbacks.
Yeah. I'm drawing him a picture that just says like, it's just a giant flower with a sun. It's just like, you're my favorite.
Her favorite what?
But, like,
her favorite what?
But like the sun is like blood red.
That's scarier than actually trying to intimidate him.
Hyper realistic medieval style sun.
Yeah.
Biblically accurate sun.
I'm just like, oh my gosh, Jomfrey, thank you for letting me use the colors. They're so pretty, and I made this one for you. I just stare right in his eyeballs.
He jumps back like, is it poisoned somehow? All right, you guys make your way back to the table. All right, look at here. We got our two returning heroes. What sort of fantastic adventures have you gotten yourselves into today?
We made a forgery.
I made a friend.
She did.
Yes, Freya. A new day, a new friend. I totally understand. A new day, many new friends, because I do not believe that you remember anybody who stands here before you today.
No, I remember you all. You have Jimmy John and Pieces and Bass and Niblet.
Puzzle sweats as you call him Pieces.
She's so bad at names. There's like a million names in her brain. She's doing the best she can.
And with that, you hear the gonging of a bell in the distance that signifies the close of the days. So the next day for both of you is rather easygoing. You're allowed your regular free time as before. It's just that today, Jack and Puzzle are not there. They appear to have been taken for some sort of testing and evaluation. They, instead of getting their normal free time, seem to be going through some sort of psychological like evaluation and assistance therapy, if you will. However, in the yard, you are met by Nib and a rather colorful animal. This is Stitches. She is a blue tiefling with sort of like taper ombreing into white horns, long, thick gray hair, and what appears to be a doctor's outfit that has been torn off of her in the past because she's not allowed to wear it, and she has sewn it back together using other bits of fabric that she's found, and a singular glove on her right hand. However, Bastion has in a small paper cup a rather large pill that he has been asked to, at some point today, take.
And they just trust me to take it?
Yes. This seems to be different behavior from how they treat other patients here. But you have been given a single large pill that they trust for you to take eventually.
Right. I'm going to set it on the table and ask Stitches if Stitches is female.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask Stitches if she knows what this is.
Ooh, strange new medicines. Let's see here. This would appear to be... I'm going to take an educated guess on this one and say that it is some sort of... What would it be called? Catalytic converter, I believe is the correct terminology. They're trying to put a catalytic converter inside of you, and you need to take this medicine so it can go down smoothly.
Have I ever heard that word ever before in my life?
No.
I don't think I'm ever going to take medical advice from anybody ever again.
Definitely not from this patient who is here because they have delusions of being a doctor.
Maybe she actually learned something by accident. I don't know. It was worth asking.
Freya, could you make a history check on Stitch's background? The two of you have been here for almost the same amount of time.
I don't know shit about this person.
Okay, so with a 7, you have the idea that they either were or were not previously a member of some sort of medical facility, but then did something to someone and ended up here.
So she was alive at some point, and now she's in the mental hospital.
Yes. Yeah, and the day continues on like normal. And the following day, Bastion is approached by a group of workers who say it's time for testing and examination.
All right, I'll make sure I've got the paper with me.
All
Try
right.
to make it not obvious, though.
They go ahead and roll for stealth.
13.
All right, they only got a 12, so you're able to stow this paperwork away somewhere where it's not easily seen.
You're able to keister this piece of paper safely.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot my mic was.
Okay, so you get this piece of paper somewhere on your body where it cannot be easily seen, and they show you to the front of your living area, and there is immediately a gurney that they ask you to lay down.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, you lay down, no problem, and they strap you down to this gurney, and they begin to take you down the stairwell to the infirmary section. And one of the workers there asks you in a very, pleasant manner, you took your medicine yesterday, correct?
He's gonna say he did, but he didn't.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Otherwise, this is gonna hurt like hell. And then they continue.
Oh God.
And they continue taking you down into this lower section. Here you find yourself in a private room, and you are greeted for the first time by Dr. Irby.
Yes, Mr. Bastion, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bastion, I do understand that you were taken here under very specific pretenses.
Which are what? Nobody told me that.
As far as I have it in my understanding, you had actually ended up in very maximum security prisons over the time, and you've committed very dangerous crimes. And that they do believe that you are suffering from a very, very specific medical disorder that comes from the fact that you were once a shark.
Can you give me a name for the disorder?
Yes, I do believe that it is called Jojin hysteria.
I don't know. I feel like I'm acting pretty normal and rationally for somebody who used to be an animal with half their brain turned off and then suddenly had consciousness thrust upon them.
Yes, the hysterical mentalities are normally seen in people who do have lower IQs, and as you turn into your more adolescent form, it does end up that you end up in more of a hysterical sort of mindset, a mind that was never truly meant to experience such intellect, now having it thrust upon themselves. Yes, there are other disorders like this that we used to have back in the olden days that we no longer acquaint ourselves with anymore. But however, we do find that the terminology does in fact fit the Jajin very well.
I got a lot from that. The thing that upsets me most is you call me stupid.
Very well, sir. Take from that what you willst. We did acquire you from one of these maximum security prisons after you had been released under what they called good behavior. So I do believe that it is a situation where you do have your clarity about you quite often, and then it is taken away from you by that more animalistic rage that's within you.
If you acquired me after I was released, you didn't acquire me from the prison.
Now, I do believe that we're splitting hairs here, Mr. Bastian, and it is time that we do proceed with our procedure.
I forgot what I was going to say because your voice just rung all the way through my skull.
Now, I do trust that you took your medication, correct?
Earlier, she said, if not, it's going to hurt like hell. So he's going to be like, nope, didn't do that.
Well, this is going to hurt like hell. And then you realize he has a syringe in your arm.
Okay, not a new pill. All right, awesome.
It takes a full day to activate. You should have taken it when it was given to you.
You activated his trap card, bro. This is a strange way to get a catalytic converter.
Your body is not prepared for this mysterious pain that everyone keeps talking about. All right, he surrenders into this in-between state, much like what Freya experienced earlier. You find yourself completely submerged inside of the same glass and metal tube as before with the slightly metallic tasting water. Go ahead and make a con save.
30-20.
Heck yeah. All right, so you are able to stay somewhat lucid through the entirety of this procedure without taking on too much pain. You do experience the boiling sensation that Freya got before. There is a slight twinge of heat within yourself that almost brings it to a comfortable level, but dissipates rather quickly and returns back to this searing white-hot pain. You black out and come back to in your bed.
I'm just going to check and see if the forged paper got ruined by the liquid I was in.
It would appear that the paperwork has remained perfectly intact.
Cool. I'm gonna hide it somewhere in my room for now.
All right. The next morning comes rather easily to you, even though you've spent the majority of the day unconscious. You're still incredibly exhausted. So whenever the night does come, you do fall asleep. The next day you wake up and you are told that you're going to be going into a therapy session, a group therapy session. Yourself and one other more senior patient here who seems to have taken a liking to you. You and Freya will both be sitting in for a sort of psychological examination through Dr. Kirby. You are now sat in front of the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Kirby! And you're fully lucid this time. There's a large stack of paperwork that is sat in front of him. He does seem to have two files in front of him as well. One with Bastion's name and one with Freya's name. The one with Freya's name is much larger.
Yes, it is a pleasure to have the both of you here today.
I got a mean hangover, and I'm going to need you to bring it down.
Oh, yes, I do apologize, Bastion, but it does appear that any sort of a hangover you might be experiencing is due to your own inability to simply take your medication.
I ain't trust it. I ain't putting it in my body.
I fully understand. It is rather odd to be brought here under such circumstances and then asked to take such mysterious medicines.
What are we doing here?
Well, Miss Freya, you've been here for quite some time, and Miss Bastion, you are a new arrival. I was just wondering, Bastion, how do you feel that you've been getting along with the new patients?
Just fine.
And Miss Freya, would you have a counter for that statement?
You know, Dr. Kirby, I'm a little more lucid than I was the other day. This Shark Man person, Bastion, he's okay. I don't think he should be here, but also, I've never seen a shark with fur, and I feel like that's unnatural. So maybe he should be here. Maybe it's like a weird psychological thing. Like he was like, oh, it's too cold. I need fur. And then he was like, a beard's not gonna cut it.
Yes, Miss Freya. I do believe that you've been here for the majority of the time that the Jajin have even been in existence. Probably around 20 years or so ago, right before I started my practice here. Probably about 20 years ago, the Jajin first came into existence. A small child used their wish to be able to make it so that sharks had a fighting chance against poachers.
Okay.
Bastion scoots his chair back some.
Okay. So I'm getting it now. So you're saying I have been here so long that an entirely new race has been brought?
Yes, that would be true.
I throw all the pages on the paper. Freya remembers that this is important for this weird shark man who is a newly introduced race to her.
All right, so you go to flip these papers. Is there anything that Bastion would do mid paper toss?
He's gonna try to just put his claw on the tip of his folder and slide it out of the way so she only knocks her stack over.
All right, go ahead and make a perception check to make sure you can keep up with everything that's going on.
All right, 19.
All right, that's pretty good. You were able to identify your folder even in the midst of this random chaos. You were able to deduce what is going on and put your claw down on your own paperwork. Sadly, he does maintain his composure as he simply says,
Yes, Miss Freya, we've been through this cat and mouse game many times before.
As he seems to cast some sort of spell that almost reverts all the papers back to their original position.
Yeah, I forgot you could do that.
Yes, it would appear that it's slipped your mind that only the patients here are not allowed to use their arcane arts.
All right. Well, there's only one thing I can do in this instance. I cry. I just want to say I know that I'm not all the way here. I'm trying to give him this big breakthrough moment, but it's not real.
Yes, Miss Freya. We've been here before.
I'm not a fan of the Cadillac converter that you guys put in him. That is the rumor that's been going around.
Well, at this time, the only sort of medication that we've given Mr. Bastion is the same medication that we give to the rest of our patients that undergo the testing and evaluation.
Yeah.
It's a nerve adaptive pain tolerance sort of medication to allow your body to allow arcane energies to flow through it more effectively without causing any damage, much like Miss Young Nib's scars upon her face. We do not wish to disfigure any of our patients here, so we give them this medication so that the mana may flow more evenly and safely, so that the spiral may encapsulate the personage more evenly, and we get a better read of of who they are as an individual. These magical tests that you undergo, as I've told you before, is more of it's a way of scanning your body and mind to make sure that everything is properly calibrated, which for you it never has been. And we're just trying to see what might be going on with Mr. Bastian under a more physical lens.
So I feel like I'm over my head in this. I didn't study enough for this pop quiz that I've been given. I don't know this man.
No, Miss Freya, it's perfectly fine. I was just seeing if there was any possible chance that for once you may have remembered the last 48 hours.
Well, first off, fuck you. Second off, he's bad at art, and I gave Jumpfrey art myself, and that is what happened yesterday.
Jumpfrey has a gift that he received from you?
I made him a flower. A piece of paper that has a sun, and there's a flower, and it says, "You're my best friend."
Yes, you mean this piece of paper. And he goes over and he reaches into his wastebasket and pulls out like a crumpled piece of like construction paper. Unfolding it and smoothing it back out against like the ridge of the desk, he reveals the thing that you made yesterday or the day prior.
Did Joffrey not like his paper?
I'm sorry, Miss Freya, but you must remember that many of the employees here do in fact fear you.
So he threw my gift away?
Yes, he did.
I'll remember that.
I don't think you will.
Am I the only Georgian you brought through here?
To this date, yes, sir, you are. You see that not much of the Georgian societies do agree with the ideas of the land folk. However, it does appear that their resentment towards you, Mr. Bastian, was enough for them to give you over to us.
The land folk?
The Georgian, Mr. Bastian. That it would appear that they do have a cultural hate towards you.
I see. That's how it is.
That's okay. My people hate me too.
Yes, the both of you are quite awful.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Miss Freya, despite the fact that we have had you go through very, very meticulous magical rearrangement imagery with our MRIs, it would appear that we do get different readings almost constantly. And it would appear that due to our understanding of Mr. Bastian and the fact that his mentality and methods do not vary very often, the patterns in which he does normally do his actions, we're hoping that this does allow for more stability in the CliffEdge cultural system that will hopefully be able to solidify a mentality within yourself, Miss Freya.
My mentality is perfectly fine as it is right now. Just because I know what has happened and what has not happened. Nope, wait a minute. I don't know what has not happened, but I do know what has happened. Wait. No, yeah, that's right. I do know what has happened at some point in time. I don't need a shark Jajin person to help me remember these things because I know all things. All things that have happened. Probably. Maybe. You look at me and I've become more uncertain of myself. I remember these things, right, Bastian? I know the things that have happened.
You tell me, darling. I don't know.
And you sound like a megaphone in my ear with your weird voice. Now,
it rattles the skull, don't it?
It does. Why are you lobotomizing me with your voice? That's what's happening.
I'm very sorry that my natural speaking voice seems to be so unpleasant to you. However, it is just a portion of my personage. If you got to know me a little better, you would understand that I am a rather interesting individual who has much more depth to themselves. I love a modeled ship. And he motions to a shelf of like boats in bottles.
I go break one of the model ships. I'm still looking for a way to do this whole
You just, you smash the
distracted
bottle. He
Yeah.
magics it back up to where it was.
Yes, Miss Freya, we've been here many times before.
Yeah. You keep telling me that. You keep telling me that. Look, distraction, and I point out the window.
He just cold stares directly at you the whole time.
I don't even get like a roll. Maybe I was sane this time.
We've been here many times before.
I can't help with this distraction. I can't do it.
Could I do some kind of maybe a history roll or something to see if I could recognize one of the types of model ships that he has up there?
Yes,
Like
you can.
maybe it's got like a name or something.
All right.
So history,
Yes.
that's a big old 5. I know a lot
No.
about breaking ships,
See,
not about what
yes,
they're called.
You do know a lot about breaking ships. In fact, to the point in which that you do recognize a couple of the different models, not necessarily by name, but more or less by like structural weaknesses.
You like ships?
Yes, sir.
I know a little bit about ships. Why don't you? What's interesting about that one right there is the way that they put it together. Some of the boards, they don't fully connect in certain places.
Oh, yes, I do know precisely what you're talking about. While I was making that model, I did have to acquire some special glue to be able to bind the wood together more correctly, because the ships themselves are made, the bottled ships are made very correctly, very accurately to their much larger forms.
While he's looking up, talking about the ship, can I try to read my file?
Yes. You could fully attempt to switch them out if you would want.
Ready? That's an 18 and a 12, so 18.
All right, so with an 18, see here.
No, there we go.
Yeah, with an 18, he is fully distracted while you attempt to do this. He is looking over this ship and giving you basically a rundown on the difficulties of him reconstructing this like 100% accurate model. You find a time to slip out the paperwork that of your own file and slip the fake paperwork in.
And after I do that, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk up to it. I'm like, I appreciate artistry like that. This is 100% accurate as far as I can see. Do you mind if I pick it up and examine it further?
Yes, any other ship lover is welcome to take a look at these fine vessels.
And I do so, and I just look it over, and I'm like, this is pretty close to the tops of these models that I've seen before. Most of them that I've dealt with are at the bottom of the ocean, though.
Yes, it is quite a shame that is where so many of our vessels do lie.
And I put it back, and then I
Yes.
just let him talk.
Yes, the village that our establishment does neighbor Iskaldor, they once made the ash runners that ran off of fossil fuels. However, nowadays they have a different type of fuel that they use for making a new type of aircraft. I myself do not participate and haven't really come across many models of them. They are newer and they do not look as much like boats as the ash runners once did. They were more along the lines of they resembled sea vessels with large blimps atop them, and these new ones have a bit stranger appearance to them, so I don't really myself partake that much. But yes, nevertheless, it has been a fine conversation that we've had here today, and I feel that there is some real progress that's going to be able to be made through our collaborative efforts.
Yes, sir. I believe you ain't gonna see much more of a fight out of me.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. How about you, Miss Freya?
I don't think I'm there no more. Freya has just disassociated from this conversation. As soon as the boat conversation started happening, she's just not there.
I try to guide her by the shoulders out the door.
Yeah. I'm just petting his hand. I'm just like, they're there. It'll be okay.
You're the one that was crying.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys do make it back out, and you have your regular meals, activities, medications. There's sort of educational classes that they have as well that are run by different, where you're able to get what they consider a standard education, reading, writing, and arithmetic. Do eventually find yourself with a bit of alone time, being able to look over these files.
Hell yeah.
Sir Bastian has been given many opportunities in attempts to change himself in his way of thinking and his alignment in our society. However, it would appear that due to his connection to a great ancient eldritch evil, one that he acquired in the depths of a ancient crevasse that had been long made illegal to trespass upon, he has found himself in this connection with a entity beyond our own reckoning, and we no longer see him as being fit for our society. We now surrender him over into the realm of the landfolk, so that you may do with him body, mind, and soul as you wish. We are thankful for your payment in the form of 300 gold pieces, and I hope that he performs well with your arcane furnace testing.
Arcane furnace testing.
Yes, indeed.
I didn't know selling people was so cheap in D&D.
That dude was a liar. The MRIs is them taking our magic and burning it. Well, I got some shit to tell Jack next time up.
All right.
After I read the paper and learn everything there is to learn, I eat it.